Hey guys, so the other day I was having a conversation with one of my best friends and she was like, how do your teeth stay so white? What do you do? I feel like I can never get my teeth white, and she kind of inspired me to make this video. So the truth is I don't really do all that much, but there are a couple things that I do that I think definitely help. So I'm just going to go through them. So the first thing is obviously the toothpaste that I use. It is a whitening toothpaste. It's by Arm & Hammer. It's called Advanced White Stain Defense Extreme Whitening, and it has baking soda and peroxide in it. I'm sure you guys know baking soda and peroxide, or maybe you didn't, are actually two things that are really, really great at whitening your teeth and also helping stains from coming. So this is my favorite toothpaste. This is what I've been using for a really, really long time. So the taste of this toothpaste is kind of, like when I first started using it, it was kind of like not my favorite. It tastes a little bit weird because there is actually baking soda like in the toothpaste. So it's a little bit weird of like a taste. But you definitely get used to it, and this stuff definitely helps. I can say that I started using this toothpaste a really, really long time ago, like years ago, and for some reason, like, I just forgot about it and I stopped buying it, and then I kind of rediscovered it a couple months ago, and I started using it again, and I was like, oh my god, like, within like a couple days I noticed a difference, and I wasn't even like whitening or anything like that. So this toothpaste is really great. I highly recommend it. You can get it anywhere. I always get it at ShopRite, so I highly recommend this toothpaste. The next thing is the kind of toothbrush that I use. I don't really think that the kind of toothbrush you use has that much of an effect on your teeth. I mean, I definitely think that if you use an electric toothbrush, you're probably going to get your teeth cleaner than if you're using a regular one. So I would recommend an electric toothbrush. I don't necessarily think that the really, really expensive ones are better than like the Crest ones that are like $6 at, you know, ShopRite or whatever. I use an electric one, but this is not expensive at all. I usually get a new one of these like every 2 months or something. But I definitely think that electric toothbrushes do a better job of cleaning, and you know, I would probably recommend one of these over a regular toothbrush. So that's the second thing, but that's not really, I don't really think that that makes a huge difference. Again, the next thing is even though the toothpaste that I use does have baking soda in it, but once or twice a week, or really whenever I feel like it, I will actually brush my teeth with actual baking soda, which sounds really disgusting. And it kind of is, because the taste is like not so great and like the texture is really weird. But again, it's just something that you get used to, and it's really not that big of a deal, and it actually really does help whiten your teeth. So what I'll usually do is put some toothpaste on my toothbrush, and then I'll just create like a little paste using baking soda, and I'll just put it right on top of my toothpaste and just use it just like that. And I'll do it like once or twice a week, like I said, and it really does help. Next thing that I do is whenever I'm drinking something like that has a dark color, if it's a coffee or tea, or I don't really drink soda, but for people who drink like, you know, Coke or something like that, I am like a straw fanatic, you guys. Like, you can ask like any of my friends or my family members, I always drink out of a straw. It might look kind of silly, like if you're sitting there with like a cup of tea or, you know, coffee or something, it might look kind of silly to have a straw, but I personally don't really care. I would rather not stain my teeth. Like, they say that coffee and I think like red wine are like the two top things that stain your teeth the most, so I would rather look silly and drink whatever out of a straw. So I do use straws. I always have straws at home. I use them, you know, I just use them all the time. And then if it's like a tea or a coffee or something, I have these like little, they're like cocktail straws, so I use these as well. The only time I won't really use a straw is if I'm drinking wine, obviously, because, I'm sorry, but that's just going to look ridiculous. Like, nobody drinks wine through a straw. So I always go for red wine, and that might sound weird because they say that red wine stains your teeth a lot worse than white wine does, but that's actually not true. I can't remember what it was. I wish I could tell you why, but I read something, and I actually read like a bunch of different things saying that there's something in white wine that actually, when you drink it, like it allows your teeth to stain easier than if you were to drink red wine. So I usually go for red wine instead. Not that that really makes that huge of a difference. I don't drink wine that often, so, you know, it's not something that's going to make a huge difference. But just, if you're like a big wine drinker, just remember that, you know, you would think that white wine does not stain your teeth as much, but it actually does. So it's kind of like, doesn't really matter what you do. So anyway, so the next thing is, I do whiten my teeth. I do not whiten them all the time because it's really not good to whiten your teeth like too often. But what I'll do is I will buy a box of Crest 3D white strips. They have so many different kinds of Crest 3D white strips nowadays. Like, there's like 5 different boxes. You never know which one to choose. I always just get the most expensive box because I just always assume that it works the best. So this box that I got is, at the bottom it says Supreme Flex Fit, and then it says $500 professional treatment, or whitens like a $500 professional treatment. So this is what I get. I'll maybe get this box from the drugstore like maybe like once a year or something, and I don't use all the strips. It comes with like 42 strips. I don't use them all in a row. I'll just use like maybe one strip like before I'm going out for the night, or just like one strip like once every like 3 weeks or something like that. I don't use them consecutively because, for one, they do hurt my teeth. Now, I have sensitive teeth, so they may not hurt everybody's teeth, but I think that the ingredients in them definitely makes your teeth more sensitive, so it's definitely a good idea to not use them consecutively because, like, it gives you like really sharp pains in your teeth if you use too many of them in a row. So I would recommend buying a box like this and kind of letting it last for like, I mean, it lasts for like a while. Like, I got this box a couple months ago and it doesn't expire until 2018. So you can really save these for a while. They're not going to expire. I keep these strips on for an hour. And like I said, I'll use one like once every couple of weeks or so. Or just whenever I feel like I want my teeth to look whiter. So these are really great. They work amazing. I highly recommend these. And this is like obviously the biggest part of my teeth whitening regimen because they're white strips. So I definitely recommend those. And then the last thing that I just want to talk about is flossing. So it may not sound like flossing is really something that is going to whiten your teeth, and it doesn't actually whiten your teeth, but it definitely helps prevent staining and stuff like that, because when you don't floss your teeth, you do get a lot of plaque buildup. Obviously, you can't really see the plaque, but over time, you do get plaque buildup in between your teeth, and that will make your teeth look not as white. So, and not to mention, it's just really good to floss anyway, because if you don't floss, you can get gum disease and all other kinds of things. So I always floss really, really, really well. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's really all I do to keep my teeth white. I've never had any kind of like Zoom whitening treatment or anything like that. I've thought about it, and I actually talked to my dentist about it a couple months ago, and I was, you know, asking about it, and she was like, you don't need that, like, I would never recommend that for you, your teeth are already white. And I think that, you know, if I were to get something like that at this point, it probably would just be a waste of money, because my teeth are already white, and you don't want to go around with like teeth that are like so white that you're like blinding people and it looks fake. So I don't really recommend that if you already have white teeth. Maybe if you know, have really badly stained teeth or something, I would recommend it, but it's very expensive. So, so yeah, I've never had anything like that done, and that's really all that I do. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you have any questions or comments, just post them below.